Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. We had an awesome CD player dance party. Anyways, so I'd been getting random messages, but I was just kind of wanting to not date at all. And then my friend Nolan, P.S. he has set up 4 people.
We're number 4.
We're number 4 for marriages, so he's good at what he does. Let me know if you need his number.
The real life hitch.
He really is. That's cool. So, for some reason, I got the weirdest feeling, like, open this one. Because I was just, like, not opening him until that. And so I opened it, and he was like, hey, I've got this guy. You have a lot in common, blah, blah, blah. Here's his name. So, instantly clicked on over to the Facebook and looked him up. And, of course, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to go out with him. So I wrote Nolan back really quick. And then within not too long, he texted me, called me, word vomit. And then, so that weekend, you know my good friend Jessie, she's been on the blog I've been friends with her for over a decade. One of my best friends. And I was in San Francisco, and we were at church together, and she's like, hey, what's the dating situation? And I told her, I was like, so I got this blind date set up for this week, and I'm super stoked for it for some reason. I don't really know why. I'm just really excited. And so she's like, let me see a picture. And I showed her a picture, and she was like, I know him. I've known him for a really long time. And she just went on and on about how amazing he is and, like, his life story, basically. And so it was cool because I got to go into my first date with him with, like, awesome recommendations from someone I trust, like, big time. So I went into it knowing, like, hey, this is an awesome guy. So that was nice.
Thank you, Nolan. Thank you, Jessie.
Yeah, win-win. So then Tuesday came, and he picked me up at my house. And we went to... Oh, yeah, I opened the door. We got to talk about the door scene. I opened the door, and I thought he was very attractive. So, and from that point on, I think I talked Gilmore Girls style the entire night, because it was so fast. I couldn't even believe it, so.
Well, I get to the doorstep, and there's a big old box. Like, it's almost as big as I am. And I was like, what? And I didn't know if I was in the right spot. Actually, I showed up early, but, we got to rewind a little bit. So, on my way over to her house, it'd been raining all day, and I was, like, super self-conscious about, like, my car being dirty, and so, like, and I wanted to be on time, and I left early, and I'm like, I got time, so I washed my car. There's a reason for this story, and we'll come back to it, and I take my wallet out, wash my car, even though it was kind of raining again, but I want it to be, like, I'm just OCD about that. I want it to be good, right? Then get to the house, we'll come back to that part. There's a reason why. And then, yeah, there's a big old box there. And it's like a big mattress that she got from one of her sponsors. And so
I had no idea it was there. So when I opened the door, it kind of surprised me too. There was this huge box.
Yeah, bring a big old present. No, I got a mattress. No.
That's weird. Weird. Anyways, so keep going.
I'm good from there.
Okay, so then, yeah, we went to the Outback Steakhouse, and we just talked nonstop. And then dessert time came, and he said, okay, do you want to split a dessert, or do you want to get your own? And that's when I was like, this man knows what's up. He offers for us to get our own
I've been through too many dates where girls don't eat, and it drives me crazy because you can't eat either. I went on a date, and I hope it doesn't get out. That's probably going to. But I've been on dates where girls order appetizers, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like stuffing my face with salad, and by the time I'm not, like, halfway through my salad, they're done with their food. And I'm like, I'm screwed. So I was just so happy that Janae likes to eat as much as I do. So, and then when there was, like, a test. I guess it's the dessert test. So she's like, I want my own.
Just flying colors.
I think the waiter thought we were just both on something. It was funny. I think he was making fun of us.
Yes.
We were both pretty giddy during that whole dinner. So
he was talking really fast, too. Like, sometimes it's hard to understand Andrew when he talks really fast.
My brain goes faster than my mouth.
So we were saying a lot of what's back and forth because we were both talking fast. And then the bill came, and Andrew.
So this is where the car wash story comes in. And I've always dreaded going into a date, like, forgetting my wallet. And so, you know that I paid for a car wash, and I knew, like I forgot about that. But so I go to reach in my back pocket, and nothing's there. And I usually bring, like, a bunch of cash with me on something to like just like outside my wallet and have that. I had no cash on me, no wallet, and I started to panic. Like I started to sweat, and I was like, all right, I can do two things. I'm hoping and I'm like praying it's in my car, and there I can go. And I'm already nervous as is because I'm like stoked about our date. It's going well. I'm like super attractive, super nice, like just rad. Like everything was going perfect. And then I was like, crap, I'm really gonna screw this one up right now. So I'm like, I could lie to her and go to the bathroom, but I've checked out where the bathroom was. And I'm like, hey, I can't do that. Plus, I don't want to lie anyways. And so I'm like, gotta go to the car. And so I'm like, I just gotta be upfront with her. So I told her, I think my wallet's in the car. Let me go grab it. And I feel like the biggest moron. So I'm like, okay, I'm crashing and burning right now. So I walk outside before she even gets to respond, and it's raining outside. Our kids are screaming, they're laughing. So I go out in the car, and my phone is just a little older, so I was trying to get my light on, and it wasn't working. And like I get in the car, nowhere, nothing, and I was just like freaking out. Like I thought I was sweating before, and I'm like drenched now. And so I sit down in my car, I'm like, I'm so screwed. Like, and then I remembered, I washed my car, I'm like, did I lose my wallet there? And I was just going through all the different things. And so I sat there for a second, and then I looked down in like the crevice, like the dark abyss of the seat and the console, and it was like pinned down there. And I was so happy, so stoked out of my mind it was there, and I was just like started breathing again. So I get back. It was traumatic. It was not okay.
I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make someone go pay for it. Yeah, I'm just not that person. So I get back and I can start to breathe again, and she's just chowing down on her desserts.
Double fisting cookie sundae. and then we went. He took me home, and he'd mentioned kind of like some future things on the car ride, like, oh, we should go do this or that. And so I was like, oh, maybe he is wanting to go on a second date. So I was super excited for. And then I drove home to my mom's house to get Brooke, and while I was sitting there telling her about how great the date was, he texted me, and that made me really excited.
Well, I wanted to text her and say, hey, thanks for going out. I could know she took the time out to have someone babysit Brooke.
My really busy schedule that I don't have.
Whatever. And so I texted her, and it was good, and then we kind of just ended it like that, right?
Yeah. It was perfect.
It was good.
And then from then on out.
Yeah,
right?
From then on out. Those were other stories to tell.
That'll be another day. So back to the mattress. So I left the mattress downstairs, and obviously I needed it upstairs. And so
You're skipping stuff. If you're gonna tell the story, you gotta go the next day and then the next day.
What was the next day?
You don't remember?
It was.
Gosh, man, I'm the boy and I remember this. So the next day, so we ended up talking, whatever, and then I went to work, and I was getting barraged with all these questions because no one knew we were going out, and so, but I didn't text her. I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold out a little bit. I don't want to seem like I'm too like, what's the word? I don't know, like too
overzealous.
Yeah,
Is that
overzealous. There we go. So I was like, I won't text her, and so I get home, and I was hanging out with Knox. We had to go hike down out by the lake, and we're out hiking with our dog. And then I was like, hey, like, I just shot a text and say, hey, how you doing? And then we started talking a little bit, and then so she asked, she's like, oh, what are you doing right now? So I said, well, we're hiking around with my dog and Knox, and she's like, oh, that's cool. What kind of dog you have? Like, and we started talking. She's like, oh, send me a picture. So I send her a picture, and then stops. Like, done. Like, no comments. And I thought, like, my dog's pretty cute. I love her. And she's just like, I'm stoked. I'm like, and she's soaking wet from jumping in the lake, because that's like my favorite thing to do with her is to swim. And so I'm like, what the heck just happened? She's like, she was answering like right away too. So I'm like, oh, this is going really good. And then bam, nothing. And I'm just like, okay, either she's got offended by something or dog's not good enough. I don't know. And so it was done. And so that was like, what, 5:30, and I didn't hear back. And I was just like, okay. So I got back, put Knox to sleep. And then at like 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night, I got a text.
That's me. But what had happened was I was texting him from my computer. You other Mac users might know this. But anyways, I was texting him from my computer, and then I was going to dinner with Megan, and so I left my computer. It was on the whole night, and I went to dinner with Megan, and I was like, this guy has not texted me back. I asked, like, was that too forward to ask for a picture of his dog? Like, am I just like, I mean, I wasn't asking for a picture of his kid or, like, family. It was his dog, and he's not writing me back. So I was super, like, okay, whatever. Sure. And so I get home. I was, like, so bummed because I was like, he's not writing me back. And then I got home, and I started working on my computer. And then I look at my text messages on my computer, and he'd written me back, but it, like, went to my computer but not my phone. And I was like, okay, now he thinks I'm a jerk because he sent a picture of his cute dog, and I didn't even say anything. And I just left him hanging. So I sent him screenshots of my computer and my phone to show him that it didn't go to my phone, so he didn't think I was a jerk, and that probably just made him think I was more creepy. So, but then we were texting a little bit, and at, like, I don't even know, 10:30 or 11, I was like, hey, I've really got to work.
It was like 10:30.
10:30. Like, I've really got to work. And then, like, 5 minutes later, started asking him more questions, and then we texted until, like, 2:30 in the morning. And so, but anyways, basically, once we met, it was like, that's all we did was talk all the time. So.
Oh.